Okay, it's recording, but I will be back in a minute. I want to make myself a drink and everything before we get started, because I am very, very thirsty.
Was that your chair squeaking?
No, that's the desk. It's metal and shit.
That's really high-pitched. You want to get some Vaseline or something on it. So it's...
I'm surprised that's the first time you've ever heard it.
Yeah, it's definitely the first time I've ever heard it. That went right through my head. It was horrible.
Draw your sword, knock your arrows, and ready your spellbook. It's time for another episode of The Gamesmen. What role will you play?
Evening, guys, gals, and girlies, and welcome to episode 35 of The Gamesmen. The Gamesmen are here to play roles, and I'm going to play the role of your host. I'm Amras89. With me today, I have one person again. Been a trend these last couple weeks. Is, of course, Mr. Hardlydan, Dan Natman. How are you doing, sir?
I'm angry.
Angry? Why are you angry?
Because I've got to wait until next year now to play GTA 5.
Oh, no. It just means you don't have to spend more money in November.
Well, that's true.
That's one good thing out of it, I guess. It'll help me. How's your weekend?
Actually, yeah, not too bad. Pretty much the same as every other week, really. I've been playing around with the Rift and had to go to the doctor's in Plymouth on Thursday, so that was a nice long drive.
Yeah, you said, I remember seeing some tweets and shit.
Yeah, I had to stop off in the centre of Plymouth to pick something up from Maplin's. And then, which I didn't know where it was, I was actually really lucky and had a rough idea where I thought it was. Found a parking space, like a 5-minute walk from, well, no, probably even a 3-minute walk or whatever. And just as I was about to ask someone where Maplin's was, I looked up and saw the sign. I was like, brilliant. I don't have to talk to a stranger. Marvellous.
Stranger danger.
Yeah, so, it was a bloody long drive. It took, all in all, with stopping off at that shop, I left at, 1:15, and I only just made it in time for the 4:20 appointment.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, man, I would never want to drive that far to a hospital.
Yep, saw the doctor for about 10 minutes, if that, and then went and had a blood test, and then got in the car and drove home.
Yay.
And I stopped by a Domino's Pizza, I think it was, place for the first time in years. I didn't have much cash on me, so I could only buy a small 7-inch pizza, and that was $5.99, which I think is a little bit steep, really. But yeah, it was all right. I didn't like the powdery base.
I think we can get like a medium over here for like $5 or something. I think. You have been craving pizza lately.
Yeah, and one that's, from a proper pizza place rather than from the freezer of, supermarket freezer or something. So, yeah. So that really didn't that was all I ate that day. One small 7-inch pepperoni pizza. So, yeah. I still feel hungry now, which is weird because that was days ago and I've just had a big roast dinner. But yeah, they haven't phoned back, so I'm guessing everything's all right. But, sometimes they can take up to a week before they phone back and say, change your meds or come back in. And knowing my luck, they'll probably say, come back in just before Eurogamer. And if they do say that, I'll be like, I can't come in until Monday next week.
Yeah, really.
But, yeah, that's been about it, really. Just playing games, chilling out, going to doctors, getting tired. Oh, and getting a good deal on I got a voucher from my ISP, PlusNet, saying, congratulations on moving house or something, which is a bit weird because I've lived here for a good 10, 12 years. Perhaps they know something I don't. Perhaps I'm about to get evicted. I don't know.
God.
And it had a voucher for $40 worth of wine from nakedwines.co.uk, I think it is. And that meant I could get a free case of 6 bottles of wine for the price of postage, which was $4.99.
Sweet.
So I ordered them today, and they should be with me on Tuesday. So I shall be trying one of those on Tuesday. Maybe 2. Well, 1 bottle of wine isn't quite enough, but 2's too much. So, but we'll see. But yeah, that's been about it, really. Oh, and no, it's not. DJ Leroy isn't on tonight because he's still downloading stuff. I helped him out earlier today. Well, I didn't help him out that much at all, really, because it's really hard to do it when you can't see what's wrong with the computer.
Yeah.
And you're just doing it over Facebook Messenger. But he's upgraded his computer today. It's making a weird noise. It's quite possibly making that weird noise because of the power supply he's using. Because unfortunately, the new one he's got, which is 550 watts, I think, doesn't have the connection he needs for the graphics card. And Maplin's, the same shop I went to, the very same shop, he lives quite near it, doesn't have that in stock. So he's a bit miffed at that. So he's got his old power supply in, and that's powering a 95 watts AMD 6 something FX Black Edition. I can't remember which one it is. Actually, yes, I can. Scroll up. Scroll up. Scroll up. Yeah, the FX 6300 Black Edition, which draws 95 watts. And then he's got the R9 270, which takes 190 odd watts. And then, of course, there's the RAM and the hard drives and the fans, and they all take their toll. And his power supply is 350 watts. So that might be where the funny noise is coming from. Sounds.
You might want to upgrade.
Well, he's got he's got the other one. He just needs the other lead. So that I did suggest that he could make the lead by cannibalizing his old power supply and attaching it to the new one. But he didn't like that idea. So so fair enough. But yeah, he's got it running and he's downloading everything he needs at the moment, which at the moment is Star Citizen, which I think we're going to talk about in a bit. But yeah, that's all I've been doing.
Been busy.
Yeah.
And I put up a tweet.
Me.
I put out a tweet to Shani from the Overseas Connection and about 3DS code for Smash Brothers. And I get fucking 3 other people, random, that said I want it. I was like, go to hell. I didn't ask you. Oh, Christ almighty, people. Anyway, my week has been quite, well, mostly work, and then, did a lot of shit around the house with the cellar and the attic this weekend, put some boards down in the attic to make a roll floor up there. Need to get some more boards, though. A lot more. I am quite beat today because of all of it. But since I mentioned it, you're gonna say something?
Yeah, I'm looking at the tweet that you tweeted, and you do say, is there a follower right now that wants a 3DS demo code for Smash Brothers?
I put that on the Gamesmen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that earlier.
Alright. I thought that was the one you were talking about. I was like, well, you're obviously going to get it.
I did that with the Gamesmen. This was just a tweet to Shiny, asking him if he wants it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so, well, since we mentioned it, because of being a Platinum member this year, Nintendo gave out a code for the 3DS, Smash Brothers. And, well, they gave you one and then 3 others for you to use, and I gave out one earlier using the Gamesmen account. One guy actually got it. Like, it was funny because I asked followers if they want it. And guess what? We got a lot of followers today because I said that. So you're gonna hear
my
a few.
phone was buzzing and buzzing and buzzing at me, and I was like, God damn it! And I even replied, look, the code's gone, stop it!
Yeah, really. Like, if you're not there in the first 2 seconds. Literally, I just sent the text, and then I see 3 other things by the time I, look at the phone again. Anyway, I'm giving out another one on the show right now. So prepare yourself with those fast fingers. Okay, the code is A05VA1GC2SUXHWTA.
Sucks.
So you're gonna have fun pausing and writing this down or putting it in the eShop to get that code. So whoever gets that, I don't know,
first
give us a
person
tweet.
to get it gets it.
Yeah, because it's not going to be there if the second person does it. So, if you want it, you probably have already done it by the time we've gone this far. So congratulations, let us know, give us a tweet, letting us know you got it. But yeah, I got that, and I was playing some of that, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But my week has been very tiring, of course. Oh, I got my MRI, and I had to stay still forever, and my legs got really, really stiff, and then I had this massive spasm that went straight through my leg and my whole body, so I shook in the whole thing, and then the woman's like, please hold still. It's like, sorry, it's not my fault. But that was an hour of just laying there, so hopefully I find out soon if I have a problem, or more of a problem than just the fractured rib.
Oh, yeah.
So, go that, yay. Anyway, games. Dan, what have you been playing?
Well, I've been trying out a couple of things with the Rift. I actually this evening tried out Dead Space, the first one, and it kind of works. You can't really see any of the text, which is slightly annoying. It's kind of weird. Your head movement controls the mouse pointer for selecting stuff, so you're kind of looking all round when you're using that. Even if you're using the controller, you still have control of the mouse pointer with your head, which is an interesting experience. But the problem was things close up were really out of focus, but things further away were fine. But there's that kind of divergence. So if I had to look at something closer, I was going quite cross-eyed trying to focus on it.
Well, that's a problem with that game, because there's a lot of enemies that are going to be coming up close to you.
Yeah, and it's obviously, it's not, it wasn't made with Oculus support. With it built in, it's something that I'm trying to force to work on the Rift that shouldn't.
Yeah. Having
said that, I've also been trying to get Metro 2033 to work with the Rift, but that won't even boot. So that's not working. Other than that, there's a bit of a theme to some of these games I've been playing. Obviously, Dead Space, Elite Dangerous. Been playing more of that. Not been using the Rift so much because the whole text thing. I'm so good. I'm like 2,700,000, and I need 3.5 million plus to get my next ship. So I'm getting there. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Galaxy on Fire 2 HD. I gave that a go. Was it yesterday or today? Oh, it was yesterday, I think.
Yesterday, yeah.
Because I just hadn't played it for ages. It'd been looking at me on my phone, and I was like, oh. And I thought I'd give it a go with this new stick compared with my old stick. Because with the old stick, it just wouldn't work at all. But with the X52 Pro, it actually works quite well. And yeah, it looks really quite nice considering, it's a fairly budget game. So yeah, that was quite good. The voice acting is just as terrible as the phone version. But yeah, it does look a bit more polished on the PC. Star Citizen. There was a big old update for that.
That was a gigantic one for me.
Yeah. Yeah, for me it was only, 15 gig? About that, 14, 15 gig, which is fairly large. And you get these console people complaining, oh, I had to download 4 gig up there. Oh, yeah, it's like, that's nothing. We've got games that are 10 times.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's added racing and the ability to play with friends.
I guess I
with the
should
whole
mention my
friends
thing
code
real
thing.
fast before we get into that. But like, I downloaded the thing and then it said like, well, it said update won't work. You can try to re-download this, or it says try again or reinstall every update ever. That took me about 20 hours to download everything again.
Yep.
So,
Which I imagine is what Lee's doing at the moment.
yeah, because he had to re-download the game and everything, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I think he's wiped everything.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, to the awesome part of this.
yeah, well, the not so awesome part is, well, actually, it's still pretty awesome. The patch came out on the Friday. Saturday morning, sorry, the update came out on the Friday. Saturday, they released a patch for it. So there were guys working over the weekend, and they got this patch out really quickly. But unfortunately, you can't set up private matches at the moment because that was causing an issue with the servers. Basically, the resources for the private matches weren't getting fed back once the people had finished that match for use for the public servers. And so eventually it just ground to a halt and nobody could play because it was all just being reserved for stuff that wasn't being used. So we can't play private matches at the moment, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be changed soon. But the awesome thing is the racing, and bollocks, I completely forgot to beat your time.
Yeah. we're doing kind of like just, out of faith, which I think we're faithful enough. But like, since we couldn't do it together, we were just, and I guess like you just keep running the same lap over and over again.
Yeah.
But like, after a few times of practicing the course and everything, I finally got like a minute 50, and Dan's closest one was like 2:08.
No, my closest was a minute 58 or 56. 58 or 56, and that was with having to go around a checkpoint twice because I missed it the first time and then had to circle around it and fly through it.
Now, the thing is, Dan will, no matter what, beat me eventually. His problem is Elite Dangerous. He's not used to the flight now with his ship. But Dan's thing is a lot, his ship's a lot faster than mine anyway.
It's more nimble as well, I think, because it's a lighter ship. Yours is a heavily armoured kind of fighter, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, mine's for like stealth runs and stuff. But, like, I had to, whenever I'd do turns, I had to hit the boost to make myself go straight because I'd just shift off to the side because of the momentum that I was keeping up. Yeah. So I had to hit the boost to make myself stay going like forward instead of like, drifting. So I started to learn that, and then like I had a really good run, didn't crash into anything. And like it worked out perfectly because there's this one part where you have to go down and like through buildings and stuff. Well, after one of my runs, I had the ship turn like upside down or sideways or something.
That bit works really well, doesn't it? Having it upside down, because you can see it a hell of a lot better when you're upside down. Where the checkpoint is.
Like, it was basically, you got like buildings above and below you or whatever, like floating buildings and stuff. And I had them sideways, so I was basically just going straight through them, and it worked out very well for me.
And it looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Oh, it looks awesome. It's a lot of fun. And
the sound, the audio is absolutely brilliant. The hardest bit, though, is the start-finish straight. You're going through all this, and you've got plenty of space to go around the corners, and, you're drifting around some of them. Well, you would be if you're in a car. And then there's the start-finish straight, which is a tiny little bit that's all enclosed. And you're going so incredibly fast that it's very easy to either completely miss the opening and smack straight into the building, or you just manage to get through, but then you overcorrect and you just smash into the side or the roof or the floor, and you're like, ah!
Think of Star Wars whenever the Millennium Falcon goes through the Death Star. What the hell was it? It wasn't Death Star. Was it Death Star?
Yeah, it was the...
okay, it was.
Was it the second Death Star?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, in the third movie.
Yeah, a bit like when you're playing Rogue Squadron 2, flying through the Death Star. That was pretty nuts.
I don't remember that because I didn't do that. I did it on like a SNES game, I think it was. That was crazy back in the day.
But yeah, absolutely loving it. You should go and get it. You can still pick it up for like $45, and it's a steal at that price. Even though it's still in pre-alpha and there are some bugs and the updates are still huge.
Whenever it's out. So
yeah. And the stuff you can do now. There's a lot of stuff you can do now. With like there's basically kind of a whole kind of Call of Duty's worth of online stuff. Really, there aren't that many maps, but there's like Capture the Core, which is capture the flag, Team Deathmatch, Horde mode, another one that I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at like the tabs that they show. Yeah. Because I still don't think they have everything, but they got you can do free flight, just fly around, get used to your controls, and then they got the drone sim where you're taking on AI enemy ships and stuff, and then you can also do that online with other people now.
Yeah.
And for some people, that's they want to be online doing that stuff against people. So you already got like a fantastic multiplayer shooter kind of thing going on right now.
In space.
It's in space.
Apart from the racing, which is in atmosphere over a planet, and it's amazing. It really is. It looks so nice.
What do they call the cup?
The Murray Cup.
Yeah, Murray Cup. Yeah, and they came out with like a new ship for it, and they have like a Murray Cup pack or something like that with racing ships.
And there's the awesome kind of spoof on Top Gear trailer that they've done
Galactic
with a guy
Gear.
that's a bit like Jeremy Clarkson, and it's very funny, well worth watching. I'll probably put the link in the notes. But yeah, other than that, Fable Anniversary, picked that up, and wow, it looks so much better. It sounds a hell of a lot better. Some of the loading screens, they don't look like they've really been touched up at all. But the game itself, it's it's brilliant. It's the Fable humor. It looks a lot nicer. It doesn't look as great as Fable 3 would. And even though it's pretty old game now, because it's got some of the cores that make kind of that style of game brilliant, and they're all in there, it's just spot on. It's so good, and I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Download it so you can play it.
Yeah, you should do, man. It's great fun.
I know. I got all these other RPGs I'm trying to get through as well.
Yeah, I know. But I've also played a bit of Among the Sleep on the Rift.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty cool.
I felt like a baby.
Really enjoying it. Nothing's been too scary or creepy, but it's just been really weird, kind of having different points of view and looking around and seeing everything, and the boobs are massive.
Did you get past the hub house?
No, that's where I've got to. I haven't played it since
so you haven't
the other
played
night.
Since then. Okay.
No. I've been tired and not feeling like gaming since Thursday, so I haven't really played a huge amount the later part of the week. But yeah, really, really enjoying everything that I've played so far, apart from Dead Space, which made me feel a little bit nauseous and go cross-eyed.
And they're still cross-eyed.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Having a laugh. Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous are my picks that you definitely should go out and get. And we've got more about Elite Dangerous coming up. But Gary, what have you been playing this week?
Oh, of course, Minecraft. I might as well mention this because Duke from the Veteran Gamers mentioned it. So I've been working on my house and stuff, and then I just went all out one day, and it was a couple of days ago actually, and I made the Gamesmen logo in Minecraft.
He didn't just mention it; he said it was awesome, and that he might have to make a video.
Oh wow! Jeez, yeah, I didn't get to listen to it. I'll get to listen to it Friday whenever they put out the show. I was house stuff. Good. You were kind of mentioning stuff while I was cleaning, so
yeah.
But yeah, oh man, that logo took me a couple hours to make, and I had to keep shearing my sheep.
It wasn't just your sheep, was it?
No, I kept stealing Duke's. It's okay because I left them a stack of the red and black wool that I was getting, so I left them all that to be nice for stealing all of his sheep's wool, even though it keeps growing back anyway, and he never would have known. But yeah, I finally finished it after like 3 hours of just working on it. I did not die. That thing is like 50 blocks high or something like that, and I didn't fall off and die once. I was all proud of myself. But man, that took a lot of wool. And I swear somebody altered. I'm gonna have to look at the picture of that, because now it looks like the archer guy has a big penis coming out of him. And I swear it was only like a little nub penis, but I don't know. Now it looks like it's a big nub. Or it's a very long penis. But yeah, I did a little bit more with my house. I went spelunking and got myself a bunch of diamonds, iron, tons of coal, redstone, all that stuff. And I got lucky because I went down to bedrock and then found some lava, because I made up a little auto smelting system so I could get some stone, because my place is made out of like cool looking stone stuff. And I need a lot of it. So I've been doing that and getting a bunch of stuff and doing that, and haven't been on Brandon's in a while. I'm trying to think of what I want to do on his server before I go back to it. So we'll see what happens there. But I've been completing games this week, actually. It's been crazy. So I completed the Swapper, and I think you need all but like 1 or 2 of the, I don't even know what they'd be called, like nodes or whatever, that you have to make it to. And I had to use a walkthrough for 2 of them, because I only needed two left to finish, and I just could not figure out what to do. And the people made it look easy, but it wasn't that easy. So I got that shit done, and the story behind it's really interesting. It's just like shit that happens at the end. It's like, what? So I really recommend to play that, especially if you like puzzle games. You know, if some of them are too hard, just go in a guide and look for them. Basically all I did was type in the area I was in, and then I found it. But the other game I completed was the Blue Toad Murder Files, and Dan has been listening to me this whole week. I hate like 90% of those puzzles. Like, I don't know. There's just something about them I just did not get into really. Like, there's a lot of them that I'd need like a calculator and stuff like that, because I don't want to like do all this math in my head, or, you know, write everything down on pen and paper. I'm just trying to enjoy like the story behind it and everything. And, but I finished it. It was interesting. I knew in the 3rd episode who was behind it, but like he was one of the suspects, I think, in the end, and I was like, he did it because he's the one, and then like it wasn't him that you were supposed to accuse. So I was like, God damn it. And well, I in the end it was that guy. So yeah, the game's cool, the story's great. I just didn't get into like half the puzzles, because there's too much thinking that I really wasn't wanting to do. And well, I played, I can't remember if I mentioned last week, played Guild Wars with Courtney, and finished up the last of the living story stuff that they have right now, and God, it's awesome. Oh man, what happens? It all happens at the Pell Tree, and it's crazy. And Dan should play it because it's fucking awesome. Because I really enjoyed it. They did a update this last week, and it was all for the auction, or not auction house, Black Lion Trading Company and everything. And it looks completely different. It's crazy. It's really cool. But like, I guess they're coming out with more Living World stuff in November, I think it is. But like, because of October is going to be Halloween, so Dan has to get back in for that shit.
Yeah, you never know. They might fix Lion's Arch by November.
Oh yeah, Man, what are they gonna do if Lion's Arch isn't fixed for Halloween? Man, I didn't even think about that. God. But come on, Dan. Coo! I mean, Foggin means ooh. My favorite thing about Halloween every year in Guild Wars right now.
Yeah, I think that kid got killed by Scarlet.
I would completely bawl my eyes out. It's my favorite person. Oh, man. I love that kid. But yeah, did some more, like, the end of that Living World stuff was insane. It's kind of like in the story, Dan, with, whenever you're doing Lion's Arch, or like defending it because of, you find out that the, like Zaitan and all the minions and stuff are coming, and then, Tequaddle's, like, brother, I don't know, comes down in there, in that one story thing. It's kind of like that, except a lot more insane. And if you don't know, I'll explain it better later. I don't want to give away too much for people that actually want to get into Guild Wars and stuff. But it's really cool. Oh man, I love it. Mass Effect 2 did some of that. This is gonna be a very slow game if I keep doing it like this. So the first time I played it, I did the like opening bit of it, and then I went to Freedom's Progress or whatever it's called. And then this last time I played, I did Freedom's Progress, and that was it.
Yeah, the first bit you played, that was weeks and weeks ago, wasn't it?
Yep, that too. So, man, I won't be getting anything new in a while, apparently. But, I mean, one reason why that's happening is because of Dragon Age Origins. And I haven't played too much of that this week either, I think. I did a little bit more. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. Like, I see my side quest bar and it's fucking packed. And I'm like, what do I do? Like, there's all these different kind of, because it goes like, they're like tabs. And it's there's like companions, and then I can't remember what this other thing's called. And then there's like the main stuff, and there's other stuff, and I'm like, fuck, where do I want to go? What do I want to do with this? So I'm just kind of going around just trying to figure out what I want to do. Also, like we said earlier, Star Citizen, played some more Tearaway. Game's still awesome. Played a little bit while I was at the doctor's. Because Boss Wave mentioned it on their One Retro show, I picked up and if you listen to Destination Gamers, I said this, I picked up 3 or 4 of the packs for the Sega Collection, whatever they call it, on Steam, and they have like 6 or 7 games for like each of these packs. There's like 5 of them. And I picked up some of the ones that I really want to play, like Vector Man. I haven't played Vector Man in forever. I need to do that. But because they mentioned it, Echo, the Tides of Time. I started that. I can't remember what to do at all in that game. So I was swimming around, I was streaming it. I don't fucking know anything what I was doing to that shit. I need to look up a guide. Because, like, I remember this part. It's like there's a ship, there's these crystal things. I swear you can move the crystals, but I couldn't figure out how to move them. So I gave up on it and just turned it off. I need to go back and do it because I haven't played it in years. So I want to beat the game and, like, I don't know, stream it. It has to be streamed so people can see it. But other than that, I think I'm on my last thing, right? Yep. Because I mentioned it earlier, Super Smash Bros. On the 3DS. And there's a news article about this that I'm going to laugh at later. But, man, it looks nice. It plays pretty well. I couldn't figure out I'm not good at Smash Brothers, by the way. My brother probably kills at it. I should warn him about, I don't know, breaking his 3DS. But, yeah, like, I couldn't figure out Mega Man, so I went on to Link, and because I kind of know Link's moveset and everything, I did a lot better with him, and I was killing. I need to turn the computers up higher because they weren't doing shit. I killed myself Okay, they never killed me. I killed myself so many damn times on my own. Cause I don't know, I feel weird, like, having to hit, like, X or Y or whatever to jump and move my fingers off. I just need to get used to it. But it does play well. I do, like, I want it because they have different modes on it, and, like, a thing called, like, Smash Run or whatever seems really cool. And I probably will pick it up on that. I will definitely I'll play it against people, I think, on the Wii U version instead of on the 3DS, because it just doesn't feel right on a handheld. But yeah, it's still cool. It's Smash Brothers. The art style is different, but it's a nice different. I really like the cel shaded stuff and like stuff like that on it. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, that's it for my games I've been playing. So I guess we're gonna take a little break. We'll be back in a little bit with some news. Alright, we are back, and it's time for some news, but before we get into the news, thanks to the lovely Dan...
Hey, it wasn't my fault.
It's how you worded it! He made me lose the game. If you don't know what the game is, well, guess what? You just lost it. If you want to know what the game is, just let me know, or send your outrage to us as well. I'm sorry. I wasn't very happy. I was like, damn it, I've wanted it for so long, and now I lost it, and I hate my life. But yeah, now we're into the news. So, the first news is about the Xbox One launch, like we talked about last week. But apparently, the Xbox One launch is the worst launch in Japan in the last 15 years. Which is crazy. But the Xbox One sold 23,562 units in the first week. And to give some comparison to that, the Xbox 360 sold 62,000 in the first week. Well, this says immediately after launch, and then the Xbox sold 123,000 units, or almost 124,000 units whenever it launched. So, whew. And some other aspect of this, whenever the PS4 came out, they sold 322,000 in the first 2 days, and the Wii U sold 308,570 in its first 2 days. So, you know, PS4 and the Wii U are pretty close, actually, together for that. But, yeah, in the first week, only selling that many units, and, you know, the whole live streaming stuff they did, oh, man. They are not doing well over in Japan at all.
You know, Sony's always done better in Japan, but
I just think I don't know if it has
sucks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a fact, like, because, you know, Sony and Wii U are Japanese-based consoles, that they're just well, I mean, Xbox One, you know, like, they have all that TV stuff and whatnot that you can't use anywhere other than America, I think.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of features on there that are, like, based for American users. So I can see where the appeal just kind of drops off with other people. But yeah, like, I mean, they're gonna have good games and everything coming to it, but you're not gonna get Japan out of it. Oh man, I don't know, it's horrible. Poor Microsoft. But yeah, that's really all I had to say about that. Dan, go ahead with yours.
Okay, yeah, so you probably all heard about this. It's the deal with Notch and Microsoft, basically. Microsoft is supposed to be announced on Monday by Reuters that Microsoft are going to be buying Mojang for 2.5 billion. The price keeps going up on everything you see. It started off at around 2 billion, and now everyone's saying 2.5 billion. God knows what it'll be like in 24 hours time. But yeah, basically, I'm not entirely sure if this is such a smart move for Microsoft, because it's been out for a while now. I think just about everyone that's going to play it has it in one way or another. Okay, some people will be paying the extra £4 or whatever it is to upgrade to the Xbox One or the PS4 version. But I suppose it is going to give Microsoft access to a lot more younger, hipper people, which they've been struggling to get hold of recently, what with the kind of flop, really, of the Xbox One.
Well, I did hear something, I heard people talking about, like, if they made Minecraft 2, which would be dumb, because, you're just making more Minecraft.
This time the blocks are smaller.
Yeah. But, so many people have bought and stuff. They still do sell tons and tons of, you see they're still in, the top of people buying, all the time. It's how fucking far can you go?
I suppose I've got it on, I won it on the 360, so I didn't pay for that. I've got it on my phone. So yeah, I paid for that, and Lee bought it for me years ago on the PC when it was a lot cheaper.
Yeah, well, wasn't there something about, the mobile version and stuff like that will suffer?
Well, there's a possibility. They'd be stupid, really, to stop Apple and Android phones running it. But yeah, you might find that there's going to be less in the way of development for them, I suppose, with more of the Windows Phone version. But I'm not too worried about that. I don't really play Minecraft on my phone that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose, with the merchandising and all the licensing that they'll be able to get from it, then I suppose it's
merchandising.
Yeah, well, we've got George Lucas to blame for that. But yeah, it's got a customer base of more than 50 million, so that's going to be very a very big incentive for Microsoft to pick it up. But it's worrying about the most worrying thing is how the mod scenes, what's going to happen with that. Are they going to still allow you to mod it? People are already saying that Bucket's basically done with because people aren't working on it anymore, and they're taking their code with them. So yeah, it's a tough one, but
I think
if it does go through, it'll make Notch the world's youngest billionaire.
Yeah. I guess one of the biggest things we should talk about is people that are worrying about, it just came out on the PS4 and, the Vita version is going to come out soon. I can't remember when, and there may be a Wii U version. Should people worry about it not coming to the Wii U and maybe not coming to the Vita? And I don't think they can stop it being sold on the PS4 now.
Yeah, it's available. They would, I don't know. I mean, they'd have to refund everyone and stop it from working.
Yeah, because if people bought it and they can't just shut off the servers for it after it came out.
It depends what it says in the end user license agreement. It may well say that it can be stopped at any time without notice, and like most of them say, you're not actually buying the game, you're buying the right to play the game on your system.
That would hurt so bad for you. Well, I don't think they do it for the PC because, that's, Microsoft and stuff. Maybe they won't have it work on Macs or anything. I don't know.
Okay, if I had a Wii U, I might be worried about it, but then I'd also be worried about a load of other games not coming to it. So
there are already a bunch of games not coming to it. So
yeah. which is really sucks because it's the one console that I'd like to have.
And I was talking to Shiny on Twitter, and he said he's gearing up to get a Wii U, so go Shiny! Even though he gives me shit for the Wii U. Everyone gives me shit for the Wii U. I love the Wii U. Fucking love it.
I don't give you shit for the Wii U, I just give you shit when you're playing Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U.
Because I suck.
Yeah, you'd be better than me.
I doubt it.
I haven't played Mario Kart since the first one.
You'd play it for a day and then be like, yeah, I'm fucking boss.
Yeah, I got this down.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, that's kind of it. It's actually Mojang has done rather well over the past year, unlike Zynga.
Yeah.
Mojang, I think it made something like 115 million last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how many employees they have. 40 people. Zynga, which has roughly 3,000 employees, had a 37 million loss last year.
Mm.
But then they do have 873 million in revenue. So, but yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I just hope they let them do what they do.
Yeah.
Like, not like, I mean, if they do come out with a Minecraft 2, like, sure, make that PC, Xbox One exclusive or something like that. And then everyone will just play Minecraft and it'll be the same thing.
Yeah.
And people will just mod it to be the Xbox One version or something, I don't know. I can see that happening.
Yeah, but, we'll see what happens. I don't think they'd be... Hang on, this is Microsoft we're talking about. Of course they'd be stupid enough to stop everyone else playing it and just have it on Xbox and PC, but...
Well, they could do it where they don't give updates to it.
Yeah.
Like, say, I don't think any of the console ones have, say, like 1.8 now with Rabbids and stuff. They can probably just not bring that out on those.
Yeah, and none of the future ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough about Microsoft and all their monies.
Come on, we don't talk enough about Minecraft on this podcast.
Really?
No? Anyway.
Tell us about some
Yeah.
free games. I like free games.
Like free games? Well, guess what? You have to have the 3DS to get this a free game.
Oh, bugger.
So, Smash Brothers seems to be a theme tonight. A lot of Smash Brothers tonight. Speaking of that, I guess I didn't mention this. We're not mentioning news as far as I know. I think I took it out. Characters got leaked on it and stuff. Like, the fucking dog from Duck Hunt, which kids that will be playing this game like, what's this dog? I don't even know what he is. Yeah, apparently it's gonna be in there, and I'm guessing one of its taunts gonna be a little laughing at you thing.
I'd love to be able to smack the shit out of that dog.
Maybe that's why I put him in, so people can beat the fuck out of him. I would actually enjoy that, man. That dog made me so mad back in the day. Yeah, like, characters got basically leaked from people. Somehow they got early access to the game and stuff like that. I don't know, but they're streaming stuff. But this one is about if you buy Smash Brothers or Pokemon Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire, you can get a free game. Maybe I should just buy all three and get... Hold on.
Well, you could do, but it's only open to players from certain regions in Europe. So...
Oh yeah, that's right. It's only Europe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping they bring it on other places. Yeah. Wow, we have European news. This is weird. Or only European. Anyway, and I picked this. So, if you do this...
Of course you picked it. It's Nintendo.
Yeah, I just saw and went, fuck it. But yeah, like, if you register these games on Club Nintendo, and you should because you get Platinum rewards, and if you got Platinum, you would have got Smash Brothers, and I wouldn't have to give you a code. And then you give it to 3 of your friends that you can't play with unless you're... Actually, I don't think you play with anybody right now. I think they only give you, like, the solo experience.
I'm at my most happy when I'm playing with myself.
God. Anyway, those 3 games, if you go on Club Nintendo, you register them and everything, you can get, like, with the Mario Kart stuff, you can get a game. And the 7 you can get is Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds, awesome fucking game, that's the one you should pick if you don't have it. Yoshi's New Island, Kirby's Triple Deluxe, Mario Golf World Tour, Mario Party Island Tour, and Pokemon Art Academy. Why the fuck would you get that? That can't be a full price game, right?
I'd be really tempted to get Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
Fuck yeah. That game's awesome. On the 3DS, you have to have Circle Pad Pro because it is just too much to do with just a regular system itself.
I could make one of those myself.
But
is that like that thing Steve had that goes over his thumb?
No.
Alright.
Circle Pad Pro is the attachment.
Right.
That gives you the second circle pad and the other, like, trigger button and shit.
Oh, well, with the new 3DS XL, you've got the nipple. Perhaps that would work.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do that, actually. That'd be cool. I'd play a game probably a lot more if I could use a nipple. Because I like touching nipples, I don't know.
I use the nipple on my flight stick all the time.
I just learned about that today on the throttle for it.
Yeah.
Or not today, yesterday whenever we were playing. Like, I learned that nipple actually does something on there.
Yeah, it controls the mouse.
I did not know that at all. I swear I tried using it before, it didn't work. I don't know if they patched it later or...
Yeah, they've added in new controls for it, but they've taken out the controls for my stick. So, that's annoying.
But anyway, yeah. It says, if you register one of the games, you got between October 3rd and January 2nd to do, or January 12th to get this stuff in so you can get your game. So they give you a fair few months, to get everything set up. I mean, if you don't do it the first day, why not? So
and then once you've done that, you've got the code and you've got to use that before March the 12th. Apparently.
Yeah, because I guess the code's become invalid. I don't know. I shouldn't say this. Why wouldn't you register right away? Because I got 2 or 3 codes that I wrote down on my phone that I still need to put into the Wii U to get from Club Nintendo that I got. Like, I got Super Mario Brothers 2 that I need to put in there, and I think I have, like, what the hell is it called? Snowboard 1080, something like that, whatever it was on the N64. Yeah. The game was horrible back in the day. Why the hell did I get it?
I don't know. Anyway, what are the eligible countries?
Eligible countries are United Kingdoms, Ireland, Germany, Austria, France, Spain, Italy, Belgium, the Netherlands, Portugal, Switzerland, South Africa, and Russia. Mother Russia. Hopefully it comes other places because giving away free games is awesome. And Nintendo should do it all the time.
I didn't think South Africa was actually in Europe. I thought that was in Africa. Which is
well, you think weird. So. It's a different continent.
Anyway, these crazy Japanese.
They are pretty crazy. That whole Oculus Rift boob touching game.
That's really freaking weird.
Yeah, that was really weird. Take us away, Dan.
Okay, well, the next one is... it's basically bullshit. Apparently, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus, although coming with bigger screens and neat features that have been on Android phones since 2012, apparently are going to make creating and playing some of your favorite mobile games harder to create and play, if not impossible.
It's okay. Apple users are used to fucking having hard to get shit.
Yeah. Anyway, this game dev, Bennett Foddy, in an interview with Polygon said, to be honest, it's not much about making it hard to develop the games. We'll figure that out, but it makes it hard to design games that are really nice to play. Apparently the problem is you can no longer comfortably hold the phone in one hand and use your thumb to touch the entirety of the screen. But I don't know about you, but most people have another hand. They can use that. So you can hold it in your left hand and play it with your right hand. And if you go, well, I can't drive and play games, you shouldn't be anyway.
Probably.
Apparently they're saying the phones are too big to play in portrait mode, one-handed. And if you look on the Android charts, there are almost no portrait mode games in the top 50. Well, that's not actually true, but never mind. On the iPhone charts, there are many. Portrait mode means you can play on a train, standing in line, walking down the street. Again, don't play games walking down the street. You're looking at your phone. You might walk out in front of a car or a bus. And, if you look up...
just walking to people.
Yeah, there's some amazing architecture and plants and birds. And there's plenty of stuff out there. You don't need to be looking at your screen all the time.
It just gives that stereotype of everybody, all these phones and everything nowadays. Everyone's just looking at their phone all the time.
Yeah, he said, but you can't do that on a big phone when you're gripping it hard just to make sure you don't drop it. So this is the end of that format of games, a format which includes many of my favourites, including Flappy Bird 3s and Spell Tower 3s is all right. But Flappy Bird, man, why did... No. Anyway, it goes on to say the resolution isn't such a big deal if the scaling is generally high quality, but you do need to think hard about the fact that reachability over the screen will be different on each model of phone. It just makes it hard to make a tight pairing between the game software and the phone hardware, something that iPhone used to be really good for. There's nothing really to be done with this issue. The market clearly demands phones of different sizes, but the ability to design a game around one form factor is about to die. And then he goes on about once you start to diversify the form factor, the designers have to start doing interaction design that works acceptably on a bunch of different screen shapes rather than tune it to perfection for one single size, which is one of the reasons why Android games come out later than iOS games. The other reason is because apparently it's actually harder to make games on Android than it is iOS. Anyway, he goes on to say, no doubt 3DS designers faced similar issues when Nintendo released the XL. But, the fact is you can't just have a phone with a single screen size. The success of the Note 3 and other bigger form factors have proved that. And, you can play games in portrait mode. Yes, you need to use both hands, but you'd need to use them on a smaller screen. If I was playing a driving game and had steering on one side and brake and accelerate on the other, I'd have to use two hands anyway. And then my thumbs would be taking up most of the screen. On a bigger screen, I can see more of what's going on when I'm playing Real Racing 3. Stop being a bitch. That's about it for that whining iPhone fan. What's next?
Yeah, so 3DS, they love to come out with different variations of that shit. There's going to be another one.
Which probably isn't going to happen for much longer.
What do you mean, different Oh, well, because of the new 3DS.
Yeah, you just buy new bits. I've got an internet connection problem, apparently.
Yeah. Like the different cases and stuff that you can just make for it, which would be very nice to just change those instead of, changing all 3DS. Even though you can't change the inside of it, which is kind of part of this, and they are making a 3DS XL, which is it looks like a NES controller, and if you're under the age of, I don't know, my age, you probably don't know what an NES controller really looks like unless your parents are cool. So,
there's plenty of people with that NES iPhone case.
I didn't even think about that. I heard people say this, and I kind of want it just for this as well. The box for the 3DS case is a Nintendo, basically, is what it looks like. Just
It
looks like
looks
the console.
really cool.
I know. It's even got the fucking ports for the
The controllers.
well, no, not the controllers. It probably has that in the front. I don't know. I'm talking about the side of the box where it has like the AVI ports. So I just want to like cut a little hole in there and just plug the AVI into and plug in my TV. That's so fucking stupid. But yeah, like it has basically an NES controller, like the what the fuck do they call that? Is it not dialogue control pad?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, the control pad on it, and then they have like A/B start select, that stuff. And then the inside, the buttons are red, and then the stick, D-pad, that's what they call it.
D-pad, yeah.
Yeah. Directional pad, if you didn't know. They have which is weird because they have little, I don't know if it's arrows, it's too small to see on this. It's got like little red lines on each one. Anyway,
yeah, they're arrows.
It is arrows? Okay.
Yeah, the advantage of a bigger screen.
I guess I could expand
it,
the image,
with that little thing that says expand.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're not arrows. Terribly sorry. No, they're just little lines.
Yay. Anyway, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I don't think I'd want it because I'm not a big fan of the gray, I guess, because most of it is gray. But it's, and I guess I didn't mention this, I should have mentioned it at the beginning. It's GameStop exclusive, which is the biggest part of this. So you have to pre-order this or get it from GameStop to actually get this 3DS.
Which is really annoying because GameStop have got this other deal. There's a brand new Corsair keyboard coming out. Really nice mechanical keyboard. GameStop.
Really?
No, not the GameStop. Somewhere else that's like GameStop. Best Buy.
Huh. That's weird.
Best Buy exclusive. So, yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks a lot.
You don't see, at Staples and stuff over here, I don't see... Because whenever I, looking at mechanical keyboards, you kind of want to try it out before you buy it. And
yeah, make sure you've got the right switches and figure out which switches you like the feel of.
Yeah, the clickiness and stuff, because, I got this keyboard that's really loud. And it's, man. Anyway. But yeah, they have, I just love, how they come out with these different 3DSs. And some people have huge problems because they like the look of it, 3DS, and they're like, I need to have that look of it. This stuff needs to stop. But it's Nintendo, and they know how to make money, and guess what? This is gonna make more money for them. And whenever the new 3DSs come out and I can get different covers and shit for it, I'm so doing that shit.
If I was going to get a 3DS, I would be waiting for the new one.
Yeah, that is definitely the way to go. Courtney wants one, but I think I may give her the XL and just fucking get a new one, or I may get us both new ones and shit. I don't know. But yeah, that's really all for this. Why don't you take the next one?
Yeah, not exactly gaming, but the US Army has got a new laser cannon. And, the laser cannon is called the High Energy Laser Mobile Demonstrator, or HEL-MD. And it's essentially, it's a photon cannon on a big truck. One person drives it and the other uses a laptop with a 360 controller connected to it, so you can lock onto targets and take them out.
Awesome.
Yeah, the quote from Boeing software development lead Kurt Warden said, "We wanted to be able to run it using a single guy from a single laptop with an Xbox controller." Something that he doesn't have to go to school to learn for years and years, but something he knows how to use instinctively. And the reason I picked to read this out is not so long ago, maybe a year or two, there are adverts for the British Army, and it showed a guy in the video controlling a drone with a wireless 360 controller. They're obviously realizing that lots of people know how to use controllers for stuff, and if you can use something like that in a game, why not do it in real life? Which is understandable. But yeah, Boeing recently tested this laser cannon. It's a 10 kilowatt energy laser installed on a tactical military vehicle. And apparently at 10 kilowatts, the HEL MD is able to take out mortars and missiles. But Boeing says the next step is to install a tactically significant 50 or 60 kilowatt laser that can more reliably fire, hit, and immobilize missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles. If it can immobilize unmanned aerial vehicles, I wouldn't be surprised if it could immobilize manned aerial vehicles or manned vehicles in general. So that's going to be interesting. The future is now. But yeah, they recently tested it in windy, raining, and foggy weather conditions in Florida, and the laser weapon was successful in targeting a variety of targets, apparently. It does sound like something coming out of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare.
Now you're going to see that just because of this news article.
Well, apparently it features directed energy weapons. And Activision says all the game's future-focused weapons and vehicles are grounded in reality. And I guess Boeing and the US Army are sort of proving that point. So yeah. Soon we'll have space lasers and the Death Star.
Taking out the plants. Oh, God.
But one of the first comments, well, the second comment is, this is why Xbox is better than PS4. Cheap foreign enemy product won't cut it in top technology. Lol, just laughing at a soldier trying to use this with a PS4 controller and the thumbs disintegrating in his hands before he can use it. But yeah, I think the most telling quote is the one about not having to go to school to learn for years and years how to use it. But yeah, crazy laser weapon, Xbox 360 controller. What have we got to top that?
Apparently, Miyamoto is making a Pikmin movie, or at least a short movie, for people to see, and apparently it's supposed to be ready by Tokyo Game Show. So I kind of put this in there because I like Pikmin. And that's really it. But yeah, like, I mean, I don't have much to say about this. Like,
I remember playing the first one when I worked in Debenhams in a coffee shop. There was a game store concession behind me, and whenever it was quiet, I'd go and play on the Xbox, the PS3, and the GameCube.
Yeah, Pikmin, like, the first Pikmin was fucking amazing. I love that game so much. And I played some of the second
PS2,
Pikmin.
I mean, not PS3. Idiot.
Oh, yeah, I mean this. But yeah, like, I love the first Pikmin. I didn't get into the second Pikmin. My brother really got into it. And I haven't played Pikmin 3 yet, but I stole it off my brother, so I do need to play that. Because I just love Pikmin games, but I haven't been able to find the time to get into them. But they are quite awesome. But anyway, I guess that's enough about Pikmin. Dan, get us on.
Okay, well, this is a really short bit of news, actually. They've Frontier, the guys behind Elite Dangerous, have just announced their special edition, which, if you've already backed Elite Dangerous, you will get all of the perks, and if you pre-order it now, you'll get it as well. And it's the actually bargain price of £35 for what's going to be an absolutely fantastic space game.
Thought you be telling me about fucking collector's editions and shit.
Well, this is all digital stuff, but if you want to get other stuff that you can from the store, basically you get a digital download of the game, obviously. Your very own Eagle fighter ship docked in a secondary location somewhere in the game. No idea where. It just says secondary location in the game. An exclusive pack of ship paint jobs, a day one ship decal, a digital player's guide, a digital concept art book, and loads more digital goodies to be announced over the coming weeks. So yeah, as I said, if you've already pre-ordered the final version of Elite Dangerous, you'll be eligible to receive the Mercenary Edition extras when the game is released. So go, get it now. Pre-order it for the full price to get beta access, or just the £35 to get it when it comes out. It's only £15 more to get in right now. And I have had more than £15 worth of entertainment in the beta. And I'm
in the first fucking week.
Yeah, I've had more entertainment out of this game than I've had for a lot of full price games in a week.
Yeah, I think you played this almost as much as you played Guild Wars 2 in the first week.
Yeah, I've probably put in a similar amount of hours.
Yeah.
70 something, probably. Maybe more.
Oh, God.
But yeah, Elite Dangerous, cool stuff. Brilliant game. Go buy it.
Right. Well, I guess if you're done with that, we'll get into the next piece, which is more Smash Brothers. Thought this was kind of gonna happen, but I didn't think it was gonna happen like this. People are fucking destroying their 3DSs because of Super Smash Brothers. Like in this article, if you look in the show notes and everything, you see it. There are, like, you think the stick on the 3DS is kind of big. It feels like it could be broken not too easily. And well, it's true, because some people have, like, ripped off the top of it, and some people have, I'm trying to think how I'll say this, because, like, there's the top, which is like the layer on top of the actual nut part, and then there's like the whole top, before it goes to like, the kind of stick part that you move around to give you the space under it. And if people don't know what a flight stick is, it's kind of like that, where you can see a stick and you move it back. I don't know. I'm not gonna try to explain it. Anyway, people are breaking the stick on their 3DSs. A lot of them are.
A lot of those look repairable with a bit of super glue.
Yeah, but some of them are just completely snapped off.
Yeah.
And I was kind of worried that stick wasn't going to be able to handle it, but it kind of seems like people are just too fucking hard on their controllers and shit like that. Like, especially with this, this thing is a handheld. It's not built like a fucking controller.
Some of these 3DSs look absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, there was a comment that said something about that as well, where like they show the picture of it and you can kind of see like the dead skin and dirt and shit like that that's
and a hair
filled up. Is that what that was? The hair?
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what that was. Yeah, like, some people don't take. See, if I took a picture and I saw something dirty on it, like, yeah, you can see. This one has, in this white one, it has
disgusting.
like green shit in it. It's like,
but the first one, it's got hand jam and it's taken on a mattress of a bed, and there's no sheets or anything. You can just see the mattress. It's like, dude, just put some sheets on that bed. But yeah,
the second one's taking on some wood planks to look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess the comment can kind of say this for it. There it is. I get the point of the article, but what bothers the most is the how filthy the 3DS is. It almost tells me that the person doesn't take good care of their electronics. At least wipe the hair and grime off of it before taking a picture, which is something that I would do. Like, if I see something out of place or something that I don't want other people to see, I'd normally take it off.
Yeah, it's like whenever I go to show someone something on my phone, I'm like, oh, there's a load of crap on that. Quickly, kind of rub it against my jumper or get a cloth out and clean it and then show them.
Yeah, really. Doesn't take much to make something look a little bit better for viewer shit. I don't know. But yeah, like, people are just completely destroying the stick, and I think Nintendo Oki at least, kind of talked about this, like, they are very particular and stuff. At least a couple of those guys are. And, like, they talked about how people are gonna, like, break this stuff. And it's actually happening. I'm not hard on stuff like that, so, I don't think I have to, like, slam my fucking stick over to make it work, or, to get that exact movement in. So, I don't...
The kind of aqua-y coloured one below the white one with the blue edges on it, it's just like that's in some sort of case. That's got hairs all over the background. It's like he's just trimmed his pubes and then put the 3DS down and taken a photo.
God.
And there's so much crap on the screen.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I don't know what made you think pubes.
Oh,
Maybe
just because
any hair?
Yeah, it could be any hair, but it's just... Yeah, actually, they don't look like pubes, but...
Oh, goddamn.
But it's just, it's got loads of scuffs on it. The right button on the D-pad is wearing, all the it's all wearing away, and it's... Oh, jeez, man. I'd be embarrassed to take that to a charity shop.
Yeah, like, I do clean my shit off very frequently. If there's...
I should hope so. You should always polish your ring.
If there's, like, marks and shit on it, you can't see the screen as well anyway. But, like, I'm always, trying to get that stuff off. I mean, I always get made fun of for my OCD and shit anyway. But, I do not like stuff to be dirty at all. Like, my phone today, I think it was from all the cleaning stuff. I had some shit on my hand, and I just had to clean it off.
Have you seen that on a slightly different project, a completely different thing, about the Sailor Moon wallet that people are saying looks like a vagina?
Nope, but I'm going to look it up now. And while I'm looking that up, Dan, you can take the last piece of news that you just sent to me, didn't you?
Yep. Well, the next bit of news is about this chap he's actually been doing a similar thing quite often. The guy's name is Ed Zarek, and he built an original Xbox laptop, an Xbox 360 laptop, and now he's made an Xbook One, which is, as you can probably guess, an Xbox One laptop. It has a 22-inch Vizio 1080p LED monitor, slot-loading front-facing disk drive, 3D printed components, and he stresses that there are no enhancements have been made to it, but the power bricks are inside. Both power bricks for the screen and the Xbox One are inside the case, so you just need one lead to power it up. It doesn't run on batteries because, well, let's face it, the Xbox One wasn't designed to run on batteries, and you'd need a hell of a lot of batteries to keep that thing going, and it'd be bloody heavy. So
it'd be like Game Gear.
Yeah, you'd have to have like a rucksack full of car batteries or something, which isn't a good idea because they'll leak and start eating into your clothing and then your back, and it'll be horrible. And you have to go to hospital with acid burns. And anyway, it will work with the Kinect sensor, but it doesn't come with it. And if you want one, well, you need to put down a $750 non-refundable deposit, even if you provide your own console. And the job's going to run in excess of $1,100 with shipping. If you don't have a console and want an HDMI out port as well, it'll go over $1,500. But it'll only take about 2 to 3 weeks to finish, so that's pretty good going. It does look kind of cool, and I could almost see myself taking one to Eurogamer if I happen to have the time and the money to waste on such a thing.
You know what you could spend that money on?
My PC.
Yeah. Just or buy a fucking awesome PC that's a lot better than Xbox One.
Well, yeah, or I could just, upgrade mine.
Yeah, for $1,500, I'm sure you could upgrade your PC to the best specs. Well, not the
Well,
best specs.
Depends on the graphics card that you choose. I mean, you could
Don't
spend all
like
of that on one graphics
because
card.
you can get a Titan. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can get a Titan shit like that for like $1,000.
But yeah, no, I'd probably, get that case that I want. Maybe put some water cooling in, new motherboard, and, go from there.
I keep thinking about PC upgrades. I'm like, no, I shouldn't do that shit.
Yeah, with the luck you have.
It's not the luck. I'm just thinking of, the money that I can spend in the upgrading and stuff. Even though it's only a couple $100 at a time, but...
If you do want one of these, I guess you need to find out how to contact this Ed Zarek guy and send him a load of cash and hope that he doesn't run off with it. But bear in mind that modifying the Xbox One like this completely voids the warranty. If it fails, you're going to have no recall. No, but it's kind of cool. The air vents that he's got cut in there, they've got like the Xbox X logo. And the speakers are really loud. It's got built-in speakers. It works still with wireless controllers. It's pretty cool. And with that 22-inch screen, the 1080p resolution, if you can get games that'll run at that on the Xbox One, they actually look really good because the pixel density per inch is quite high. But yeah, cool mod. That's what I thought anyway. And I think that's it. Unless Gary wants to mention a purse that looks like a purse.
Purse looks like a vagina. That's all we're gonna do. Look up Sailor Moon purse looks like a vagina and you'll get it. Anyway, we're gonna take another little break. We'll be back with the quest of the week, gym checks, shit like that. Get ourselves out of here for the week. So we will be back in a little bit. Alright, we are back and it's time for getting this stuff cleaned up. First we're going to do the quest of the week, and that is, the first one was, what should Hardlydan play using the Oculus Rift? And we got one answer from Chapstick, or Chapstick1 on Twitter, which is at the end of RG, Hardlydan, hashtag TGM Quest, Dead or Alive, is it Dead or Alive, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Beach volleyball, not much of the game will be seen, methinks. And as Dan has said, you didn't put this. Oh, you did put that one. Okay. The ones that were sent in don't actually work on the Oculus Rift. So
yeah, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah, the other one was from Batch over at Destination Gamer at Desk Gamer, and he said that I should try Warframe. Now, one of the main problems with both of those is I either don't have them, I know Warframe's free, or they don't support the Rift. I have had some success getting games that aren't supposed to work with the Rift, but it's horrible. Things don't focus properly, as I said earlier, and you just end up with a headache and a slight feeling of nausea. So
now, is it like Minecraft and stuff like that, where just people are taking on themselves to make these kind of ports to it?
Pretty much, yeah. And I guess it might be possible that if I play around with some of the settings in this bit of software that I've got, I might be able to get it to work a lot better. But I really can't be asked.
Okay. So
the best experience I've had has been with games with native Oculus support. And there's a reason for that. It's because you need to have everything kind of as if it's on a slight barrel-shaped, almost like it's projected onto a barrel with the, changing the curvature of the screen. And you've got to get the two pictures at the right distance apart from each other, and so that they line up properly. And then with things like depth of field and things like that, on a 2D game that's meant to be in 2D, it then becomes really hard to focus on things. You can focus on stuff in the distance really easily, but stuff close up, not so much. Or you can have stuff close up and then not in the distance. So it kind of sucks.
So your near vision on the roof sucks. Okay.
Yeah.
But next quest of the week are what are your thoughts on Microsoft buying Mojang? So, yeah, let us know what you think about that. We kind of let you know our thoughts on it and everything during news. So let us know and we'll read it out next week. Yay. But that moves us on to the quest of the week, and it is, I guess we'll take this one. It's going to be, the only one we got is from
quest of the week.
Oh, did I say quest?
Yeah.
Our TGM check, hashtag TGM check, is from @GamerGirl27. She says that the games RPG, Destiny, and Battlefield Bad Company.
Woo!
I guess, I don't know. A lot of people, I don't know, are playing Bad Company. So.
I think a lot of people are playing Destiny.
Yeah, I know a lot of people playing Destiny, definitely. Should have been like, what are your thoughts on Destiny's bad...
Is it a real MMO?
Yeah. Well, if you're playing console, you wouldn't know exactly what...
Well, that's true.
Yeah, so, yeah, we don't think it's a real MMO if you haven't listened to us before. But yeah, we'll move on to shoutouts. Dan, who you got shout this week?
Yeah.
Nobody this week, Dan?
I can't think of anyone. My brain has died. Everyone who's listening and who's got in contact with us, so Batch, Chapstickle, Gamer Girl, and yeah, that'll do.
Alright, well, I guess I'll move on to mine, and I forgot to shout him out last week, M_board, for sending in a voicemail last week, but we can't put it on the podcast because of the whole...
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. It was all about The Walking Dead when we did the Walking Dead spoiler show, so can't have that on there. But thank you for sending it in. I did more of the choices you did than, from what Dan did. So we matched up a lot more than he did. So I just kind of want to let you know that and everything. And of course, thank you for putting that shit in there. We love it. So this is another voicemail. People want to hear your voice. I want to hear your voice more.
That doesn't sound at all creepy.
Not at all.
Not in the slightest bit.
And then also Awesome Rob, he used to be on the Game Enthused podcast. I can't remember what his old Twitter was, but it's now Awesome Rob on Twitter. And he put up a YouTube video using Linux and stuff. I want to say Linux operating system looks pretty cool and everything, but a lot of games on Steam and stuff don't work on that, so I won't get it yet, but it does look interesting using it. I kind of like it a lot. But he put up a YouTube video, and I got on Minecraft while he was doing this video, and he shouts out me in the podcast during the thing, so I'm gonna put the video in the show notes and everything for people to see, just because of that reason. Steve, because I talk to him all the time, of course, he calls me, like, at least once a week, and we talk about shit for, like, an hour while he does his job or is driving home from his job, and then he talks about his other job of raising a kid. So go, Steve, and your child of crazy, awesome, adorableness. He's fucking cute. But other than that, I don't think I have too many other people or anything I want to shout out. I swear I had something else, I don't remember now. Maybe I'll do it whenever I remember. I'm not sure. But anyway, what for the week come, then we're gonna find you bastard.
Well, I am Hardlydan almost everywhere. that's, Twitch. Actually, I do have a Twitch account. Yeah. Twitch, Steam, Raptor, Twitter, and it's almost everywhere because in Elite Dangerous, I am Bumcake Avenger. That's BUMCAKE space AVENGER. So yeah, that's liable to change when it's finally released to Hardlydan.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I am the Bumcake Avenger.
Just
What about
like
you,
on
Gary?
Fanside 2. You and Lee and your weird ass names. Of course, I have 100 different ones. Amras89 on Twitter and Star Citizen. And I have to do more racing this week. It was just so much fun. Hate racing games. I love space racing games, apparently. Flying a ship is fucking awesome because you're not, that's the thing we never mentioned. You're not stuck to the road. You can go anywhere in this thing. You can find the fastest route by going in different, you got, all these different fucking axes you can just go to. Oh, it's so cool. I'm gonna shut up these two. Also, Amras89 on Skype. Not gonna go on, Xbox probably anytime soon or anything like that. Possibly, don't know, not sure. Amras_89 at Steam, and then Amras1289 at Nintendo Network and Minecraft probably this week, and then Amras0289 on PSN. So find me at those places, add me. I love having friends because I don't have that many. But yeah, other than that, Dan, you can get us out of here. We're about done.
Okay, yeah, if you want to get a hold of us, there's a plethora of ways you can get a hold of us and let us know what you think. There's Facebook. Go into Facebook, search thegamesman.com, and up pops our page, and we've got a couple of new likes this week. We've got Paul Clues and Danielle Jackson. Voicemails. If you want to send us a voicemail, have it aired on the show, you can call our RPG hotline at 412-267-RPG1. If that's no good, or you don't want to hear your voice or you're mute, you can email us. The email address is thegamesmanrpg@gmail.com, and you can, you know how to use emails. If that's too long and you just want to say hi or whatever, you can get us on Twitter. Our Twitter account is thegamesmanrpg, and we have some new followers. Damn it.
So many.
We've got at Charzarding _ at Francis Jariam at 16. I'm sorry, I'm making a terrible hash of that. I've got no idea how to pronounce that. At the Hempcoin. I'm guessing it's at Andy is cool KK. At Joe Alfio, and at Royal Gino.
Who is the one that won the code for Smash Brothers? So go you.
Yeah, well done, sir. And don't forget, you can also use Twitter for answering our TGM checks and TGM quests. And if you're having issues getting hold of the show, maybe it's because you've got an iPhone. You can always try Stitcher, but if you don't want to do that, we are on YouTube, and we have a YouTube channel. There's stuff going up there quite often now. If you head on over to youtube.com/thegamesmanrpg, you can find us there. And of course, we have been streaming. Well, Gary's been streaming a lot of random games recently. Our Twitch stream address is twitch.tv/thegamesmanrpg. We have no new followers on that, which is a bit of a shame. And also, something we don't have that's new is iTunes reviews. Please, 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 if you're listening to this, they've kind of changed how the whole review thing works now, and we need more reviews to get higher up that list. So please do review us, and we'll read it out if it's good. Well, we'll read it out if it's shit as well, to be honest. We'll read anything out. Yeah, so I guess that's about it. So, Gary, I'm going to bed.
Lies. You never sleep. Anyway, that's going to do it for episode 35 of The Gamesmen. On behalf of Hardlydan and nobody else, I'm Amras. We are The Gamesmen. Until next time, we ask,
what role will you play? does look like a vag, doesn't it?
It does. I've seen enough of them. Sad thing is, like, since I haven't eaten dinner.
That made you hungry?
No. Should have said that right then, I guess.
I've just remembered the game. So.
The game?
The
God
batch said-
damn it. Oh, I thought of the other game.
Oh, god damn it!
I hate you, Dan.
The game that Batch said that I should try on the Rift.
I hate you.
It's your fault! I've lost it as well now!
Oh, God. As soon as you said I remember the game, I was like, I thought you meant that game. I was like, no.
Oh, I forgot about that game.
Not anymore. Yep.
If not fully satisfied with this podcast, please return any portions for a full refund.
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.